So can you able to see my screen? Everybody?
Yes.
Okay. So today's class, we are just going to discuss thoroughly entire baseline configuration and Q&A session for today's class before moving on to the general ledger module. So let us quickly go through the entire overview of all the steps what we created and what are those. So I'll give a high level of glimpse up in entire whatever we learned from past 1.5 week related to the baseline configuration. I'm going to cover it up in 30 minutes what and all we did. So for the quick view or quick recap sessions and all, so this session can be utilized from your end. So here overall we have completed like almost 16 to 17 steps for the baseline configuration, which is mandatorily needed to going prior to the next modules. So if you want to go for a next modules, these are the basic configuration settings are mandatorily required. So without completing this mandatory baseline configurations, you cannot able to kickstart the any kind of a work in the next level. Like if suppose you are in an implementation as well. So first, these are the steps need to be completed. After these steps only, you can work with the business, respective business processes to implement either GL, AP, AR, asset, banking, whatever the modules you wanted to discuss in the workshop and to start the activities or to start the config or to start the writing documentation, functional specs, whatever you wanted to do. The first step is that to configuration aspect, the first step is to complete this baseline configuration. So in the baseline configuration, these are the major steps, major required configs has to be completed. So this we have discussed already in detail in the previous classes, and today's class we will just go through the high level explanation as a quick recap session, and also we'll keep the Q&A session. If anybody has any doubt in these 16 steps, so you can feel free to ask any question. So we'll address, then tomorrow onwards we'll move to the general ledger module. So coming to this, so first is the company. So first, before saying that, in interview you may get in a question, as I already highlighted, organization structure. Okay, organization structure. See, organization structure means, as I already explained, the first organization structure means always it comes like a highest configuration node. So node means highest config node means the top config. Like this is the highest one. Okay, so like that. So company is the first one. If somebody asks you to explain the org structure, so then what you need to do, the FI org structure, you need to mention company, company code, business area. So these are the, then after that, credit control area, functional area, like this. These are the company code, business area, credit control area, functional area, and also the chart of account also will come. Chart of account also will come, COA, chart of accounts, and this will be chart of accounts will come. This is part of a GL module, but still you can explain that if somebody asks organization structure is company, the top first level of highest config is company, second company code, third chart of account. This is part of GL, but it can be a part of this baseline organized structure as well. Chart of account, fourth is business area, five credit control area, and six is functional area. Like this, if somebody asks you in an interview, anybody question like what is org structure means, you can explain that company code. These are the or finance org structure. At least if you mention these things, it will be good. Okay. So now going back to the configs, the first what we have did, we defined the company. Company means it's a highest level of node, and if you have established any company, so overall you will be registered, right? So similarly, like if you have we have taken an example of Tech Mahindra as a Tech Mahindra Motors or whatever it may be. Okay, automobiles. So Tech Mahindra has multiple countries. So in that case, our major registered thing is Tech Mahindra company, right? So in that case, Tech Mahindra is a company we will define under the Tech Mahindra company. So then company codes we will create respect to the countries. So first we will define a company. So I'll just quickly go through that screens as well today. That into this. 1 minute. Okay. So first, what we will do, first we'll understand the configuration of OX15. So in OX15, so we will define the company. So it's just a normal step. What we did, we have created a TECM. I'm just roughly, once again, I'm showing you in single class for all the configs. So we'll just create a company with the 5 letters of characters. TECHM we just created. So while creation, it will ask only minimal information that you need to maintain some 5 letter code, description, and the address. This is the company creation. Okay. So after that, in OX02, in OX02 transaction, what we will do, we'll create the company code. See, the company code why we are creating means to capture the transactions separately. It is a legal entity under the TECM, under the Techem company code. India is one of the legal entity where we are tracking all the business. So that is the reason we created a one company code for India. TECM we have created one company code, and all the transactional activities and all the business activities, everything will be captured in SAP under this 4 letter code TECM. TECM is the company code we have created. This company code why we are creating, because to take care of the respective countries related accounting transactions to companies related all the activities under this TECM. So whatever the things is happening, everything will be tracked under this company code. And why do we need to create this code means, in one code, if you create a one company code and if you post, we cannot able to post US related entries into this code. We cannot post Canada related into this one company code. So like that, creating one company code, we cannot able to post across all the globe entries into the one company code. That will be a mismatch of the reports that cannot be possible. That is why under TechChem, if you have a 5 countries, we'll create a 5 company codes. And any activity you are going to perform in SAP, you will perform under this company code, so that when you want to prepare a balance sheets, P&L statements, or any reports you want to see, either sales reports, purchases, expenses, any kind of manufacturing related raw material, whatever the kind of reports, entries, any kind of a thing, we can capture under the company code, so that they can easily see the reports related to India country. They will be having a data overall the activities under this company code. If you have a US country, you can create a US company code, so you will be post all the activities under the US country company code, so that you will be having a separate database. So that is the reason that different company is a high level node. For Tech Mahindra is a one company, so that is why we are creating a Tech Mahindra as a company. So company code why we are creating means the operations are different. US operations are different, India operations are different, Canada operations are different. So like this, we have a 3 different countries. So that is why 3 different company codes we will create, and respective country transactions will be posted to the respective company code only. Canada related entries will not post into Indian company code. India transactions we will not post it into the Canada company code. But all these company codes are wherever the profit comes, it will be part of Tech Mahindra company only. But they will be knowing that from which country how much profit we are gaining, from which country our business is in loss, from which country we are good. our fundamentals are good and all. Like that, country wise to track the respective company code business. So to respective countries to track their business related and everything overall structure, they're creating a separate company code. And coming to the business, and here one more thing you need to understand. So one this defined TechM company can have a multiple company codes. This TechM company code, we will be having a 10 countries means 10 company codes will have. We will create a 10 company codes. But the third step, we will assign this, right? We will assign the company code step. So here, the first thing what we did define company. Then later what we did, define company code. So the next step is to assign company code, right? So let's quickly look up the company code creation one. So this screen also I'll look. TECM is our company code. So company code, what we did, we click on new entries and what and all we maintain. We just 4 letters we created. We given a company name and we maintain few additional data here. To maintain the detailed address data, we clicked on the address tab. Then we maintained all the things. Then we maintained all the required things and all. We maintained and we were completed. And we click on the save and we have completed the company code. And after that, what we did, we need to assign this, right? Assign, we need to map the company code. Transaction code OX16. So here, what we did, here we have assigned our company code to company. See, if you look at here carefully, you may get a question: how many companies we can assign to company code? Please remember, for one company code, you can able to assign only one company, which means that you might be having a 10 company codes. From all these company codes can be assigned to TECM only. We can assign, so we can map, right? So Tech Mahindra Indian company code we will map to the Tech Mahindra company. So Tech Mahindra Canada company code we can map to Tech Mahindra. Australia company code we can map. So all the across globe, all the countries will create a 10 countries we have a business, 10 company code will create, 10 company codes also will assign to the TechM only. But one company code cannot be assigned to multiple companies. It is a only one company we can assign for company code. Remember, if interviewer asks and confuse you, please be clear. This is a very basic question. So how many is that can be possible to maintain multiple companies to a single company code? If they ask, you say no. One company code can have only one company. One company code can have only one company, but one company can have multiple company codes. Okay, but the same company can map to multiple company codes, but one company code will be having only one company mapping. Please be clear on this. Okay, so then let's move on to the business areas. So business area, see, keep the questions for end. If anybody has any questions, please clear it in this session. I'm keeping this session for enter Q&A only. I'm quickly go through this. So define business area. So define business area means it's track the entries at the business area level. We will create a business areas and this area code will be used at the time of posting the accounting transaction entries. We will be having a certain business area field or business place fields. At the time of posting an entry, if suppose you can post for a company code, for our company code is TECM only, but at the time of posting any accounting entry we'll give this company code and also we can give the respective business area code also, so that we can understand that. So in this Hyderabad, these many entries we have happened for this company code. Like, you know, if any expenses rent related by using this code, if you posted means in this HYB1, in this business place, these many entries are happened, these many expenses, these many income, like that. Business area is to just to identify the particular transaction related to particular area. And also overall business areas can be tagged to one consolidated business area also. So if you want to see the reports for Hyderabad location, what a report you want to separately see the report means, you can fetch the HYB1 HYD1 business place report, and if you want to see the BLR one, you can see the BLR related, but I want to see overall business places, or else I have a 10 business places. I want to see only 5 means only this you can assign to the consolidated. 1 and 3 also you can map. These 2 you can leave. So like that also. If you wish to all to map it, you can map it all. This is just to see this consolidated business area, all the business areas transaction into the one code. So high level for management. So then we will assign this business area to consolidated business area. So whatever we created, the business areas, and next step we'll create, first we'll create the business areas, then we'll create the consolidated business area once you complete these 2 steps. And the third step is that you can assign business area to consolidated business area. So what and all we created, we can assign it to this. So just have a quick look. So here we will create a business areas. So here what we were doing, ours is HYD, somebody has created. This is a simple configuration as everybody aware. HYD1 means we'll just give only 4-letter code, not much configs. We'll just select this. This will go, or else we'll go for a new entry and we'll maintain it. So select this, double click. It is not coming. Yeah. Okay. So here, since only this is the line, we don't have anything to go for next screen also. Okay, just what we'll do, we'll just give the number, 4 letters, character and 4 letters, and we'll give the description. That's it. So if you click on new entries also, we'll just maintain here only 2 lines. There is no any additional screens to maintain here. Okay. So next one. So assign business area to this consolidated business area in OCC1. So I'll just quickly go through because consolidated business area also, we'll just click on new entries. We'll maintain consolidated business area 4-letter code, and here we will maintain the description. That's it. Once we maintain these 2 things, we will assign the consolidated business areas to consolidated business area, OBB6. B6. So here what we'll do, all the business areas related. So these are 4 our business areas means here consolidated business area you need to assign. So in our case, what are our business areas? HYD1 we have selected and we have assigned consolidated business area like this, TMCB and TMCB. So like this you can assign as many as business areas you want. All will be mapped to single consolidated business area. Okay, let's move on. So this way, define credit control area. So this is credit control area. It is related to AR model. So we will explain later that. So as a baseline configuration, you just focus that what we did. Simply we have went for a defined credit area in OB45 transaction. In OB45 transaction. So here no additional screens will be there. Here what you need to do, where it went or what we created, Tata Motors. TMCA, right? Okay, we created a TMCA. Yeah, this one. I think we have not maintained the description. Credit control area for TCO. Just save it. So here what we did, in the screen, you need to select a new entries and you need to maintain further. So select this TMCA, go for detail tab. So when we click on new entries, it will come like this. So here just maintain 4 letters code and give the description. So at the time of creation, if you don't get this checkbox description, after maintaining this TMCA and INR and leave about risk category, credit limit, reference group, update all these things. Physical area variant, it's not for related to FI. That's why we left blank. This is related to SD. This is accounts receivable model related the tabs. And so that is why we are not touching. So here just maintain 4-letter code and give currency INR, and if you save and come back, so here it will not give the option. So once you come back in this section, if the description is not maintained, you just maintain it. And similarly the same credit control area assigned to company code. So whatever the credit control area we have created, that's need to be assigned to company code. Be 38. So here what we did, we have assigned this TECM. So instead of looking all the classes, if you watch this recording session, you will be understand entire baseline configuration. That is why I'm explaining overall in a one shot. TECM company code, we have then credit controlling area TMCA. Okay, just assign here and save it, and this step will be completed. So on coming up to the next one, maintain financial management area also. This is a basic configuration. Okay, just we will go for a OF01. OF01. Even if you miss this step also, nothing will happen, but still I have added this. It's respective to some finance management model kind of a thing only. TCM. What is this? TMFA. TMFA. Yeah, Tech Mahindra. So this is a simple one. The simple config. So once you need to click on the new variant, new entries, you just maintain here and give the name of the company, finance management area for Tech Mahindra. Display to change. Tech Mahindra financial area. Okay. So then move on to the. So then this is assigned in OF18. In OF18, just may assign our functional area to functional management area to our company code TECM. So TECM we assign TMFA. The financial management area we created TMFA that we are mapping with the our company code. So next move on to the fiscal year variant. So fiscal year variant, once again I am explaining you because this is an important one. So fiscal year variant is already explained, a lot of things we explained for 2 day session, but here in the fiscal year variant is a very much important one. This decides your financial year, uh, or your calendar year. So if you're an Indian, you need to go accordingly. April to March as a financial year. If you're in a US, Jan to December. So if it is in a Jan to December, you just need to create one variant, and there if you select the calendar year, you need not to maintain below logics and all. By system it will take first month is January. By default it will take January month. The first month is a January month. By default it will take as a period also 1. But February month it will take period also 2, March month period 3, April month period 4. So it will be match exactly, month and period will be same for calendar year. The only the below explained logic in previous classes when it comes in the picture is only when they're not following the calendar year. Apart from Jan to December, if any deviated calendar year following by any of the country, accordingly you need to do the configuration and year shifts. So this is how we'll maintain. So physical year variant, it controls, like it says that we have a 12 periods in a financial year. Each month, January month is which period I need to treat. If it is a January month, should I treat it as a first period or second period? Like that we're informing to the system. January month means mine is 10th period, February means 11th period, March means 12th period, like that. April means first period. Why it is like a start with the first period is from April means our financial year is from start from April. So accordingly we cannot, April month we cannot treat as a fourth period. If you treat as a fourth period, what will happen? Directly second quarter will start. The first quarter entirely it will get skipped. So that is why we need to follow this configuration, and to make them to understand the system. January month is 10th period means which month. Here only numbers are maintaining in the screen. So we need to inform the system is okay, January month you are asking me to treat as a 10th period. What is 10th period? 10th period means, here we have maintained incorrectly. So January means, so here first period means April, so 10th period means January. So like this description has to be maintained for this 10th month. So the 10th period is a January period. So here this is the 10th period. 10th month. October month period is 7. So here we will explain that January period 1 means April, period 2 means May, period 3 means June, like that. So this configs will explain. So once you maintain this, you need to assign that physical year variant to OB37. So assign company code to physical year variant, this step we need to complete. So coming down, the next thing is define posting period variant. So posting period variant, okay, let me go back to the config, quickly show me the config, this one, OB29. That's okay, fine. Yeah. So here, once we come to the OB29 screen, so today I'm just showing an ECC screen. Do not get confused. This is ECC screen I'm showing. S4 only in ECC screen. So here, what we were doing, we need to create here. It is in display mode. Somebody is already open, I think. This one. Let me close all, or else I'll open. Yeah, here. So this is the physical year variant. So we were created a, once we click on new variant, we can give any 2 letters and give the description. What is your financial year follows, April to March or Jan to December. If it is calendar year means you just select this, you remove this one. If it is a not calendar year dependent means you select this year dependent checkbox, select this checkbox. See, these 2 checkboxes controls that whether you are following a calendar year or year dependent. If you enable this, system will understand everything perfectly. Jan to December, it follows everything. You need not to do much config on this. So if you created a year independent checkbox, then this special periods for, see, even calendar year also we need to mention 12/4. But if you enable this year dependent, then you need to come to the periods. You need to select this. Once you create it, you need to select this. Remember, you need to select this, then click on the periods, then enter your calendar year, which is the year. So here was first time. Then you need to do all this year shift and all. So what we discussed here just before, right? Where it went? Yeah. So this config has to be maintained. Here we are informing this first month, January. These are all January to December. So here we are saying which month is which period. We are doing the mappings. And here we are doing which month is description, month wise description. In my financial, here once you defined your physical year things, right? So here what we are saying, April month, we are saying a first period, right? So come to the next screen. First period means is which month? April month. So like that, the description we are allocating here. Only in this section, assume that only in this section for periods, for which periods is which month, description we are mapping it. That's it. Okay. So that's the thing we need to do here, and period text we need to do the same thing. And as I explained, shortened year, when it comes, only follow the shortened year. Otherwise, you just need not to worry. Okay. So these are the things, and we need to go for a section assign. Right. Once you created a physical year variant, you need to map it to your company code. And remember, one company code can be having only one physical year variant. Please remember, one company code you cannot able to assign the 2 financial year. Right. Suppose if you're in an Indian company code, TECM is Indian company code. I can able to follow only April to March. I cannot able to follow 2 things. Only one. If I'm an US country code or US company code, I'll follow the US financial year. If I'm in India, I'll follow the Indian financial year. So like that. So only one financial year will be tagged for a one company code. Okay. One physical year variant will be tagged for only one company code. And even if you wanted to try to assign also, system will not allow you. There will be no option also. There is no option also. So if you see here, if you go for your company code, TECM, so only one can be assigned. There is no option to assign multiple. Even if you try to maintain one more TECM here, and if you try to do it, it won't come. This will come only one only. Once you create a company code, only one line will generate. If somebody created TG01, one line will come. TG02, these are all the company codes. If you created a 3 company codes, assume that you created a 3 company codes, and 3 company codes also you can able to assign same physical year variant. When you can able to assign, if suppose, if suppose in India itself, 3 company codes I will create. TECM and TEC1 or TEC2. If suppose Tech Mahindra company created 3 company codes in India itself, in that time, if you create a physical year variant TE for April to for April to for April to March means the same physical year variant can be assigned for all the 3 things. In this case, you can assign because all 3 company codes were created under the Indian country only, and with these 3 company codes as a India company codes only. The company can be TECHM, Tech Mahindra company, but in rest of the countries only one company code we created. But when it comes to India, they wanted to create a 3 company codes. Means if you create a 3 company codes, then the same physical year variant can be assigned to the all the 3 company codes. If suppose this is for India, this is for US, this is for Canada, means if US and Canada will follow, US and Canada will follow Jan to December only. So in that case, what you can do, this T1 can be assigned to both the things. T1, T1, the same physical year variant can be assigned for these two countries, but for India is separately one physical year variant. Because need not to create a 2 different physical year variant with the same config. Even if you want to do for a US and Canada, same thing you need to do. If suppose you want to go for a T1 and again T2, the same config, Jan to December only. Config everything same. So that's why we need not to do multiplication, kind of a work. We'll assign the same thing. Okay, that is how we'll do it here. If suppose these 3 are related to India company code means we would have assigned all the things here. T, or else in real time what you need to do, respective company code physical variant you need to assign for all. If you have a 10 countries different, 10 different financial years means 10 different variants you need to create and assign. Here in this section we'll assign very simple. Find out your company code and then maintain here whatever the physical year variant you created and assign and save it. And moving on, define posting period variants. Okay, see this define posting period variants means this define posting period variants, it will control the company code level. Okay, it will control the company code level. This define posting period variant also comes into the same way of logic. So the same way of logic where I have explained. If suppose this calendar year, for if this 3 country codes for India means you can create only one, and if it is a three countries or 3 different means you need to create a 3 different posting period variant. So let's understand only for Indian company code. Let's not get confused. Okay. So we have a Indian company code. We have a Indian company code only. So for this Indian company code, what we did, TechM company code and physical year variant is you created as a TE. This TE holds April to March, and we created one more posting period variant as again TCM only we created. So this is just for my reference to remember I created. You can create a different names. Okay, TECM. I have created posting period variant. Under this posting period variant, I'll do open and close control. And this using this posting period variant, if I open the fourth period, if I open the fourth period, this fourth period only, this company can post the accounting entries. If I close this fourth period, fifth period, if I open the fifth period only, it will allow the interest for a TACM company code. So that's the reason we are doing here a posting period variant. In this posting period variant, we were while doing the creation of posting period variant, these are the basic. This is a screen will be there. So let me show you that screen as well. OBBO posting period variant. What we created for posting period variant is TECM. TECM. So here in the TECM, we'll just create one 4-letter variant and we'll give the description. That's it. And after that, we will assign this. We'll assign this posting period variant to in OBPP in company code. So here what we are doing, assign company code to posting period variants. Here we will assign the our posting period. So here for our TECM company code, we are assigning the posting period variant, this TECM variant. Once you created under this 4-letter code, the variant whatever you created TECM and whatever the code you assigned to your company code TECM, if you want to post any entries for particular periods, this company code related dates posting periods will be controlled or restricted by this variant. Understand? For any accounting transactions, any month you want to post or you want to close the periods, you want to open the periods, all those control will be inside this variant, TECM variant. So we just created a variant, we just mapped. How does it controlled? So that is one I'm going to show you next. So in TECM, this variant, once you assigned this TECM variant, under this TECM variant, this mapping will be done. These whatever in this screenshot, whatever I mentioned here, earlier classes explained, under this TECM variant, whatever you created, right? Under this only, these things will be maintained. So how it will be maintained in OB52? In OB52 transaction code, when you went to OB52, it will ask which physical year variant you want to design. So when I've entered OB52 transaction code, it is asking posting period variant. So here we are not giving any company code. Here we are going to give only variant which we have created. So here company code also TECM, variant also TECM. That is why do not get confused. If you want to keep it separate, you keep TECM posting period variant like this TEPV. So that for me remembering purpose, again and again I'm saying TECM means everywhere company code will not come. So you can keep it names different to understand for better for your references. Okay. So here what I'm entering, I'm not entering company code. I'm entering posting period variant. If I enter the posting period and variant, and if I maintain the things, how that it will affect for my company code means this variant I'm assigned to my company code here. The same variant I'm assigned to my company code. That is why whatever I do the maintain the changes in this TECM variant, it will impact for my company code. So now give the TECM here. See, I'm giving TECM variant. I'll enter. Inside the variant will maintain the data. So for this data, we don't have anything. This entire section in the screen, whatever you do, these config, these changes, this logic will be captured by this posting period variant TECM. This variant again we will map it to our company code. Our company code here will assign to our company code, so that if you do changes in this box, if you do any changes in this screen, it will save under TECM. This TECM is mapped to our company code and our company code behave accordingly. I opened only 6th period today, which means this code will allow only 6th period to post the entries. This code is mapped to our company code, which means our company code will allow for only 6th period. So like that. So indirectly posting period variant is controlling the structure. That posting period variant is assigned to our company code, so that our company code also behaves based on this posting period variant. And this posting period variant can be assigned to multiple company codes. Multiple company codes. When you can assign to multiple company codes, please remember, once again I'm explaining now. So here it comes to the picture. So only India company code we have created TECM, and we're controlling the posting periods open and close. If the same pattern, if the same financial year, if the same posting periods, everything we have configured, if suppose all these three are India company codes only, suppose INUSACA, all are using April to March only, then we can create one single posting period variant and we can control through. If you open for posting period 6 means 6 is for all same, 6 is 6 as per our Indian calendar year. So in case they are following different financial year, then different posting period variant also you need to create. Different posting period. This posting period doesn't work for a US and Canada, because this posting period for our Indian company code. So why? Because it will not work means, so suppose take an example. Suppose we are into the which month? We are in October month, right? As per October month, which period is for Indian financial year now? This is the seventh period, right? Seventh period. As per Indian financial year, this is seventh period, right? But if it is a Jan to December calendar means, if it is a April to March means, April to March calendar, if you are in October month means, this is seventh period. Seventh period for as per Indian financial year. If suppose if you are following Jan to December calendar year, Jan to December calendar year, October means 10th month, right? 10th period. So, but if you assign our TECM for a US country also, if suppose, so this is whatever we created posting period variant TECM. This is we have created based on the Indian related, right? So now seventh period. If I go here and I'll open the seventh period. Seventh period I'll open. So now I opened seventh period. Seventh period means according to our Indian financial year, seventh period is nothing but a October period. So here you can see that is what I mentioned here in the above. And this that is the reason I showed you. Seventh period. Do you see period seventh? Seventh period is October month. Seventh period is October month. If suppose if this is a January to December calendar year means which is the period now? October month means 10th period, right? October month means 10th period. So now according to the Indian calendar, this is a seventh period. US calendar 10th period. If you assign TECM for both, so now assume that you created a posting period variant TECM for India. The same thing if you assign to the US country also, what will happen? US country cannot be able to post the entries in this month. It will say that posting period is closed. It's not even opened because we are still in a, as per the US calendar year, we are in a previous months only. As per the US calendar year, what will be the seventh period? July month. As per the US calendar year, October means, so this seventh period means if you maintain the seventh period for US company code, as per US country, seventh means July period, July month. But Indian calendar, seventh period means October month. Now we cannot assign the same variant to both. It will be a conflict. So that is the reason. If all the company codes are related to April to March only, then only you can use and assign this posting period variant to all the company codes. If different countries means different posting periods, you need to maintain. So now open the posting period variants. You can control this section. Maintain all these things: ADKMS, assets, customers, vendors, material, GL. S for GL, and plus for controlling all these five things. Here give it blank. Maintain all jets. Period, year, and authorization groups. It's not required. It's a separate config, specific people to give. That whenever if I get, it's not required to know. I'll explain later if needed. So posting period, special periods 13, 16, 20, 25. If you are in a 16th year means we will maintain a 25, but now for practice keep it same. Okay. So this we have done. Let me quickly complete. So I'm just trying to give you in one class for all the config related information. Okay. So here we maintain the posting period variants also, and under work, see here we'll just create this 4-letter code. Here in this define posting period variant only will create this 4-letter code. Next step, this code will map it to the company code. Then after using this code, TECM code, after using this TECM code in OB52, will maintain all this config data. All this will maintain the data. So and after that, document types. So document types means, as I explained in the previous classes, each and every type of nature of posting will have a separate document type. For normal GL, using GL related things, we'll use a SA document type. For any vendor related invoices, we'll use a KR document type. Reversal, we'll use a credit memo, reversal, payment. With for vendor related only, if you post invoice, one document type will come. If you reverse, one document type will come. If you make the payment for vendor, one document type will come. By looking at this document type itself, the consultant will come to know what kind of entry it is, whether reversal entry, payment entry, invoice entry, or credit memo entry. So like that, the consultant will be understand based on the document type. Like this, we have multiple document types as I shown you in the previous classes, for assets, customers, vendors, materials, GL related, asset transfer related, depreciation, different posting keys, acquisition. So like that, different document types will come. Nothing to worry. Ongoing, each and every model we will learn. So document type is nothing but to identify the nature of transaction, whether it is a vendor invoice, customer invoice, asset transfer, or any reversal payment like that. This document types is to just to know that the nature of transaction, what kind of transaction it is, just to know that this document types. But respective document types only we will use at the time of posting. At the time of posting vendor invoice, we have to use a KR document type only. If you use for any other document type, system will throw an error message. Using vendor number, giving different document type, it won't accept. So each and every, and also this document types by default taken by the SAP system when you enter the respective transaction code. If you go for a posting vendor invoice means by default KR will take. If you want to overwrite, you can overwrite, but system will give you by default when you go to the respective transaction codes, it will refer you the specific document type accordingly. So you need not enter manually also. It will give you the specific document type. You just need to cross check it. That's it. Whether we are make sure we are posting it to the right document type or not. If you post it to incorrect document type, then we have to reverse it. In auditing, they'll identify, or in supervisor in any reports, they'll get some. This is not a right way of posting. If you're using different, first of all, system will not allow. So sometimes when we are posting for the general ledger, we can manipulate and overwrite. But in vendor model or customer models related, it cannot come. It won't be overwrite also. Okay. So just simply remember that this code document type is nothing but to identify the nature of transaction. GL, vendor, customer, asset, what kind of posting it is, and followed by the number ranges also. The number ranges means, so if you are posting vendor invoice means, if you try to post any one accounting transaction related to vendor related invoice, if you try to post one vendor invoice in SAP means, it has to give some reference code, document number. So I posted today one invoice number. So that number is so and so 001234. Suppose that number, it has to generated by the SAP system. What basis it will generate to display or to generate that number, we will be giving in the FBN1N. We are maintaining related to this particular document type. For under this document type, the interval number will be there. Using that interval number, we will maintain the document number range respective to the year, so that whenever you are trying to post, suppose KR the invoice, KR document type, vendor invoice, this interval number is 19. For the using this interval number for 2025, I'll maintain 1 to 10,000 invoice number range. When you post first time invoice, it will give your invoice number is 1. If you go second time, it will give 2. It will give 3. This number range from where it will generate. To generate these numbers, we need to complete this entire document type and number range setting. And this number ranges is respective to yearly basis. Now, whatever you maintain the number ranges for 2025, suppose you have utilized only up to 500 number. Still I have 5 more number, or else 600 number, only 600 invoice you posted. But you cannot continue with the same number ranges, whatever you maintain for 2025. You cannot able to continue. Again 2026, again you need to maintain 2026. Here then number ranges, whatever the required. Like this, this is cutover activity for year end. So yearly basis will maintain this number ranges. So just quickly look onto the OBA7, the FBN1N. OBA7. So here, if I take an example of KR document type, whatever I explained. Okay. So this is a KR document. So these are all by default SAP will be given. If you need additionally, you can create it as I shown you. Just new entry or If you click on new entry also same screen, or display, will go for display. So here you can see at the time of posting my invoice, care document type will come. If I reverse the document type should be KG. Whatever I have posted the invoice, that is posted under care document type. If I do that reverse the entry means it will store under KG. KG means all reversal document types. If you want to see, if suppose you will go for a FBL1 and report, you will come to the next all these screens. Business user will ask how many reversal entries I have in this period. So you go on how many vendor reversal entries posted. If you go and filter it with this document type, all the reversal documents will give. So, or else I don't want to keep the separate document type. I want to keep the same care document type only. Means you can maintain care document type only. For reversal or posting, both the same document type also we can maintain. But in real time, the standard SAP given different document types. So under this document type, so interval number. Here, whatever the number you maintain, that is the interval number. This number is crucial because the number ranges you will maintain based on this interval number, not based on the document type. Document type doesn't know this number range concept. Document type knows that only interval number. This document type and number ranges in between, the interval number is the crucial role. In between document type and number ranges, in between this interval number is there. So using this interval number, from here also you can go and maintain, or else FB, N1 and transaction also. So 19 is the interval number. Click on the 19 number ranges, give the company code, TECM company code. Since we already created, I'm going for display, not for creation. Display. So here this 19 number, against this 19 number, 2025 year, for 2025 year, 1 to 10,000 we have created. This year and number ranges map creating under this interval number, and this interval number is mapped to this document type. So now whatever the numbers you maintained under this 19, under 19 you maintained year 2025 and number ranges. Those information will work for this care document type because this number is maintained for care document type. That is how link. If you don't define the number ranges for 19, if you try to post for a vendor invoice, system will throw an error message, no number range is defined. So if you're trying to post an invoice, but I don't have a number with me to give you. Once you post and save, I need to give you some reference number, right? That number itself I don't have with me. First you define the number and let me know, then you post an invoice, then I will give one particular number, whatever you given the range. So like that, if you don't create a number ranges, you cannot able to post the accounting entry. These and all will come to know one by one. So when come to the respective, I'll one more time also again we'll keep on coming to this document types and I'll explain. Nothing to worry. So these are the two things actually. So define document type and number ranges. So coming to the posting key. Posting keys are by default it will be given by an SAP. Posting key is nothing but to identify whether it is a values what we are entering. Okay, if suppose just to give you a high level thing, so I received cash received, suppose. So if suppose I have received cash from Pradeep, suppose Pradeep I have received, and Soma, suppose to whom I need to debit, whom I need to credit. Suppose Pradeep I need to debit means, or Soma I need to credit means, so debit means debit and credit, the letters we cannot write in an SAP. We'll create a GL codes. We'll create a GL codes, like that numbers will come to know from next sessions. This GL code I'll use. For Pradeep, one GL code I'll use. For Soma, one GL code I'll use. For while entering this GL code in SAP, if you enter GL code, how does system knows that I need to debit or credit? At the time of entering the GL codes, you need to enter the some posting key also. If suppose 40 means debit, 50 means credit. Like that, this codes also we need to enter. So as I shown you already, once again I'll show. If suppose when we are posting something like this entries, right, in F-02, so you can see in the below, here, if suppose in the below we need to enter the posting key, I need to enter 40 and then I need to enter Pradeep GL. So then system understand Pradeep is debiting here. So if I want to enter 50 here and my name Somu related GL account, if I create means my GL account I need to create. So that system will say that Somu is credited. So like that, this GL code is identifies whether it is a debit or credit. Whatever the entry we are posting, whether Pradeep should be debited or credited based on the GL what he has It will be if suppose Pradeep need to be credit means we need to enter 50 at the time of posting. Like that, this codes 40/50 means debit 40, credit 50. These are the standard. These things for only GL related document type, SA related. If you come to the same care document type, this posting keys will be changed. Care related debit means 21, credit means 31. For same, if it is a DR document type for customer, 01 is debit here and 11 is credit. So these posting keys keep on changing nature of the document types. You will come to know ongoing sessions. So just understand high level. This multiple posting keys will be there in the SAP. Each and every posting key. What is the important posting key means? This one is a debit or what? Which posting key means if you maintain the posting keys, it will decide that the line item which you are entering has to be debit or credit in an SAP. Okay, that when you post one sample entry, you will get to know that in next sessions. Okay, we'll be posting lot of entries in going forward. You will become a familiar with these document types, posting keys, GL accounts, that number ranges, all these things one by one you will come to know. Okay, let's move on quickly. Where we are, yeah, posting keys. So here again, just example just to show you that each accounting entry will have a debit and credit, and posting keys are identified based on the document types. GL means debit 40, credit 50. Invoice means 31, 21. Like this document posting keys is a crucial role to control the transaction, accounting entry, what you are entering. Because manually we will not type debit, credit. The posting keys only will enter. Based on that, it will capture. So define field status variant. So define field status variant means within this field status variant, we will be creating some account groups, this field status groups. So there will be multiple groups. So these groups will be help you at the time of, if suppose, how does this groups are help you means in OBC4. Suppose let me go and explain you clearly. So if I go for OBC4, this is a transaction code. In OBC4, what we did, the standard configurations were copied to our respective company code field status variant. So here what we did, our field status variant name also I given as a TECM. So basically in SAP by default it will be given by the when they purchase the application, right? But by that time by default it will be there, 001 will be there. This code will copy and will do it all the things. So if you go for under 001, 48 are there. Like this 48 to create, it will take a time. That is why what we did, we are copied. So we are copied to our company code. Let's explain based on our company code only. Easier. So this posting field status variant, this field status variant, what is the importance is this field status variant first will copy under this field status variant, these many groups will be there. These many groups will be there. Why this groups is needed? Because if I create a bank account GL number, bank account relevant related fields has to come in the at the time of posting. If I suppose if I create a GL account for bank, suppose bank related, I have a HDFC bank. HDFC bank related, I need to create a one GL account. At the time of creating GL account, any one of the field status group you will assign. So if I assign material related field status group means G006, material related fields will come. That fields no use for my bank account. So SAP what does is standardly it has created. If you're creating a bank related, so bank accounts. If you see bank accounts, when you are creating a bank GL, so we will assign G009 bank field, G009 group. If you assign under this group, there will be a lot of fields as I shown you in the previous classes. When I enter the here if suppose I enter the posting key and if I enter the bank GL account, if I hit enter, the next screen, whatever the fields will appear, it will appear only related to the bank related transaction keys. If I maintain the material related posting field status group, if suppose this G006, if I maintain for our bank account GL, material related fields will come. So nothing to do with the material related fields. I don't want those things. So I want only related to financial bank transaction related fields. So like that, whenever you enter the GL account, the next screen will appear related to the respective field status groups related. Bank related, they are defined. In this, what they did, bank accounts related. In this, there is lot of things. They will be selected only required fields only. The remaining, its hedging is not required. Whatever the unrelevant fields, see lot of fields are there. If you want to enter all the fields, it's not needed. So that is why what we will do. So SAP what given? It given one code. Under this code, it is restricting which field has to be displayed for your bank account GL. So then in this we will control. So what I need to do, assignment number, I need to enter text. Invoice reference number doesn't need it. So when you are posting in a bank related entry, so invoice number is not needed. This field is not needed. So that is what it do. It is suppressed. Hedging, collective. So whatever is needed, only those fields will be enabled. So like that we design, see all PP, cost center. Why do we need a cost center while posting the bank account entry? The cost center in controlling document types, controlling related things. If I create a controlling related GL account, I will give this separate one. In that it will be enabled. So if you go back and see cost accounts, in this system will be enabled and additional account types. Here cost center is enabled. So because if my GL is related to cost center, if I assign G004, cost center PPRDAS fields will be displayed. If my bank related GL, I don't want those fields, right? That is why in this group, predefined groups, in this group it's not required. That is why they suppressed. Like that, this field status groups are assigned to the GL accounts, and based on this field status groups, it will decide that what field has to be appear in the screen, what field has to not appear, what field is mandatory to enter, what field is, I'll show you the field if you want to enter or else you leave. Suppress means that field itself not show. Required means that field will show in the screen, you have to enter some data. Then option means I will show you the field. If you want to enter, you can enter, or else you can leave it blank and proceed the transaction. Like that. This field status groups are very important to control the fields, whatever needed at the time of transactions postings. I'll explain you one more time in GL model. Respective things will come. Okay. Just generic. You just need to understand. Field status group means the respective screen, the fields will be controlled by field status groups. Okay. So this field status variant we will assign to the our company code. So whatever we have created all the groups means we need to map with our company code. So because we created here 48 groups, right, in OBC4. So okay, I already opened, that's why it's coming like this. So suppose this 001 we have a these many 48 field status. So if you maintain whatever the field status, if you maintain, why we will maintain this means one thing that this field status TECM, this 4-letter code have these groups now. See, under this TECM4, we have created this many groups. If you don't create, what will happen at the time of creation GL under your company code? If you don't have groups, if you assign, it will throw an error message. You have not defined. If suppose if I'll try to give at the time of creation of HDFC Bank GL, if I try to give for G009 means it will throw that you have not defined this field status group under your company code. So if you don't create for company code level, directly if you try to create a GL, it will throw an error message. This group is not created under your company code. That is why what we are doing, this field status TECM, we created under this TECM, all these groups created, and this TECM, we will map this field status variant, this 4-letter code, we will map to our company code. So here we will map to our company code so that whenever you are trying to create any GL account using this group means system will go and check. So this G009 is field status variant is created as a TECM. Under the TECM, it is mapped to company code. Okay, configuration is exist. Then allow. So like that, you need to assign that whatever you created TECM, right? So those things you need to assign it actually TECM. So this thing you need to be assigned to our company code. Then it will work. So coming to the chart of account. So quickly I'll come to chart of account. So chart of account is it's just to, if you whatever I explained right here, the GL accounts we need to create. To create this like this GL accounts, if I want to create, So this letters, how many GL, while creation of a GL, like number range length, how much it should be, six length or 8 length or 10th length. This length will be controlled, and also which language it is. So like that, we need to create a chart of accounts. So we need to create the chart of accounts to create the GL accounts. Before creation of GL accounts, we need to create the chart of account. We need to create in the chart of account what we will be config. It's just a simple random information we will create in this. By using that code again, we'll do the deep config actually. In OB13, our chart of account is again I given a same TECM. Okay, so it's just a simple config. It's just simple config. We given a 4-letter code, and we mentioned that it is the English language, and the GL length should be 6. Okay, this somebody is blocked this. Why to block status removed? See, somebody is blocked this. Some people are keep doing. Do not block this. Okay, do not block the chat of account. Okay, so like this, if you maintain now using this 4-character, we will decide the account groups again. So now chart of account we have created, and we will assign this chart of account to our company code OB62 in OB62 / OB62. So here in OB62 we will assign this chart of account. TECM is our company code. So our company code TECM, for our company code, whatever the chart of account we created, we need to assign. So once we assign the chart of account, by using this chart of account code, codes, inside this chart of account code, we will create the groups, account groups in OBD4. In OBD4, of data. Let me close OBD4. So if it comes like this, go for SM12. If somebody there in the same screen means, just search, give the client, and this will come. Search. These many are there. Select this. Select this and delete. Delete. If suppose you 3 people got same server. If suppose Vanita is using this screen, but same time if Dilip is trying to use, it will come only display. It will not come edit mode. So you have to wait for 2-3 minutes. Once she come out from that screen, you need to work on the same thing. If she suppose if she is entered to that screen and she left the laptop and she's watching TV for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, so in that case you need not to wait. You go for SM12 and select this session and you just delete it, all the one. Because if some people in the same transaction code, if somebody is in open, it will not come for us as a maintenance. So now I closed all. So for me now it will open OBD4. See, now it will open in a change mode. If somebody is open the same screen, it will not show you as a edit mode. So here what we did, here we maintain the all chart of account. This chart of account we created TECM using this chart of account name, and we bifurcated the account groups, assets, expense, income, liability, and we given a number range. If you don't maintain this account groups and bifurcated, if you want to create a GL account for expenses, then which number you will take? You need to take from this range only. Whatever the range you maintain, you need to take this number. So just to control that, what are the groups, what are the number ranges should follow. So similarly, we will maintain here, and users also has to follow the same number ranges. They cannot create expense account under 2 series range. They cannot able to create expense GL account under liability expenses related. Whatever the numbers you stick to that, you need to create a GL account respective to the same. Chart of account controls the account groups and GL ranges. At the time of GL creation also, we will give that the option will come which under which account group your whether balance sheet, liability, and account group, assets, expense, whatever the groups you create, these groups will display there. You need to drop down, you need to select and create. That will explain next class in the GL creation, and again we'll come to this account group and we will explain this. Okay, so just maintain this and save it. So now we were understood. We will define the chart of account, we'll assign, and we'll define group. So here whatever you created a chart of account, right, TECM, and the same TECM you assigned, and this chart of account that and define account groups also by using this TECM under only we are creating the groups. Creating the groups. Directly this account groups are not creating under company code. Company code, company code, chart of account groups. So this account groups are not creating directly under company code. Company code and account groups. In between there is a mediator of chart of account. This chart of account controls the account group data. This chart of accounts is assigned to our company code so that whatever this account group under whatever the configuration we have made, it will work for this company code because this data created under this chart of account is mapped to this company code. If suppose you created chart of account, you maintain entire configuration. If you don't assign to company code means there is no use of this configuration. Your company code doesn't have chart of account, doesn't have the GL ranges and all. Whatever your configuration you are doing, you will map to this company code. So then the GL creation, the numbers and everything will come into the picture. So for a training purpose, to keep it simple, I have created this. I have already shown you that like this n number of groups you can create in your real-time company. So next move on to that. So tolerance groups. So we'll learn in the next module. Tolerance group nothing but we control the users access or permissions. Their limitations will control here. So up to what level they can post, up to what level they can clear in the GL account clearing levels, and if they want to post one accounting entry, whether we need to allow only up to 1000 level of value they can post. We can restrict for only up to 1000 only he can able to post, or else up to 1 lakh he can able to post. At the time of clearing also GL clearings under the only 1000 under 1000 entries only he can able to clear. Beyond the 1000 he should not able to clear. Like this, some kind of authority and authorization kind of a thing to allow or not allow. This GL group or tolerance employee groups also, this will be, we have maintained blank few things. So OBA0 and OBA4, right? So this one I keep it blank purposefully. Let me show you. BA0. So here company code and tolerance group. This is tolerance group for GL, right? If I take an example of what we created, did anybody remember? TECM, GL tolerance. Okay. So here we have not created a group, because if you created a group means you need to assign for a respective user ID. So here in practice system, if you create a group, the issues will come. But if you want to create and try also, you can create. So here we just need to create a group. If you create a group means one more step you need to follow. So one more step you need to follow. So that's why. So we just leave the blank, and here debit posting this and all we leave it blank. We'll get an error in the next module. When error comes, I'll show that error and then we'll maintain here. So if straight away if I maintain, you don't experience that error. So for employees also, right? TCM, anything we have. So that is the reason to show you that whatever we created, this need to be note down actually. I note down something. Not note down. Tolerance, company code. Yes, so company code level we have created. That's why we don't have. Got it. OBA4. So group we don't have. That's why we didn't maintain. Only under company code level directly we have created OBA4. So OBA4 for employees. So we have not created a group. Directly we created for a company code. Okay. FI tolerance group. A4 on A4. Didn't we create a tolerance group? We are not created. Code TCM. Okay. Give TCM under company code based we will search. Yeah, this is how we have created. So here actually we need to maintain, if I want to post something, I need to maintain amount per document. So we need to give all 9999s, amount per open item 999 I need to give, cash discount up to whatever the percentage. We need to maintain this section, but I keep it blank because to show you separately at the time of error. But while you are practicing, if you want to give at the time of creation also, you can give 9 nines and give 5 and enter, or else the follow the same. If you follow my class only, then you will get to understand, because if you see any other videos, initially they will explain itself. Maintain all nines and maintain the percentages. Why I'm keeping as a blank means at the time of posting, if error comes, which error leads to which screen, so that I can easily come back here, because if that error is leading from this screen, then if you maintain it, you will be understanding one error as well as the solution. So that is why I keep it blank, this one. Usually we will allow all 999s and percentages, whatever the company decides, percentages. So we'll fill it this detail whenever required it with the error messages. Okay. So we cannot able to post single document also without this. We'll show you that. So these tolerance groups are just a limitation for the users. And in case, as I mentioned you right, without a tolerance group, we have not given any tolerance group. If we maintain at the time of creation like this, at the time of creation, we just given a company code and descript company code we created. We didn't maintain group. If you maintain the group means you need to assign in OB57. So like that, each and every user will assign in a real time if they have a groups like this username, which means that in your real time, Vanita user ID, like Nitish user ID or Madan user ID, for them respectively, we need to assign the tolerance groups, so that that tolerance group, in this tolerance group, suppose I'll create a tolerance group for TECM, for my TECM company code, and GL tolerance group. If I maintain per document in this tolerance group, if I maintain, suppose highest is 1000 should allow, and clearing also only 5% should allow. If I keep this configs under this tolerance group TECM, if I assign this TECM tolerance group for against user IDs, he will be able to post only up to 1000 only. He will be able to clear up to 5% only. Like this, tolerance group will control the limitation. The tolerance group will assign to users. So, but here since it is a practice, lot of issues will come. So that is why I have suggested not to maintain anything at the time of creation. If you want to practice and experience, you can create it. So because of that things, lot of error will come. That is why what I did, we were not at the time of creation, I have not created anything. So simply as company code level, user specific I have not created. Company code level we will create. If you see lot of people practiced, none of them has created any tolerance group. As you see here, so nobody has created. So if you want to do the kind of practice, then you can create and practice. So once you complete without tolerance group practice, later you can give company code practice also. Okay. So just you need to, whatever the code you will give here, the same code you need to assign for a respective user ID. So now then we are end of the thing. The global parameters, you aware that what and all need to be maintained in OBY6. So just wherever we have done the assignation, those things will by default appear here and for our respective company code. There will be no new entry. Do not worry, just select and click on this detail tab. You can see all the things mapped, whichever is not mapped. So you need to enable these two check boxes and productive setup. So whichever is not tagged, in case your configuration is not coming anything means somewhere some assignmentation you missed it. So you need to assign and you need to maintain here. So if you assign properly all these things, by default it will appear here. If any of these tabs are not appearing by default means you forget any of the step to assign. You created field status variant, you forget to assign for your company code, or else you assign to the different company code by mistakenly. So if you create a physical year variant status and if you assign to your company code, here automatically it will populate. If it is not populating means there will be two kind of issues. Either you did not assign your field status variant to your company code, or you assigned incorrectly to other company code. Maybe you are in an assumption I have assigned, but you might assign incorrect company code, or else you didn't even assign for any of the company code, like that. So simple concept, if you assign it will come, if you don't assign it will not come. Yeah, these are the overall entire baseline configurations I have covered in the one session. If you feel difficult to go for all the sessions, previous session, to understand in deep, go for watch the recording sessions, all the sessions for in deep knowledge. For I don't have time, then I can watch out this video quickly for and go through the configuration means This video you can keep it as a reference. Today's class, why I have covered up all the things means just to save your time. Whoever doesn't have time or not having to watch out all the videos. So in this one video, I have covered up all the steps with a high level explanation, so you can go through this. And my suggestion is to go through the in-depth session recording sessions and understand and do the configuration. So if you feel that you don't have time, I need to go with the fast track means watch out this video and proceed for the config. Okay. So now I'm done with the baseline configuration. Tomorrow onwards, we'll start the new module, new general ledger accounting module. And now I'll stop the session. If anybody has any questions, I'll take up as long as you guys need it today. I can spend half an hour, 1 hour also further from here, but I'll clear each and every one doubt and we'll close the session. Let me stop the recording.